Okay, sorry. For some reason, I was just looking at my charger. It's like, okay,
to the microphone.
is the battery in? Oh, the mic stuff seems to be good. Okay, so we're back. Awkwardly. Yeah. All right, so Colin, active time, pitch time.
All right.
So
Let's see what this poor dome of a head I have to muster up.
okay, so I noticed like a common trend in the news articles this week, which is like shitty things to do with movies, like in general, or like established franchises. Let's go with and fight games. Fight games seem to be on a resurgence. So I guess the first one I'm going to talk about, or rather we can collectively talk about,
all right,
is okay. So you know how I'm always on about like the best way to do a live action movie, like at least an anime movie, is to adapt like a slice of life thing, which nobody seems to be doing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say fuck it to that this week because I'm going to say adapt a very specifically a shonen, anything that's shonen into an anime. Sorry, into a live action movie.
Live action.
And when I say adapt, I mean pitch a director, pitch a lead actor.
Oh.
As well. Just for the sake of it.
I don't know any actors.
You know actors. Come on.
I
Donnie Jr., Chris Evans.
Don't know actors.
Okay, fine. I'll do that for the extra spice.
Okay, shonen. Christ, I don't even know what classifies as a shonen anymore.
Like
we just
well, okay, something action oriented there.
Action, I know. It's like action oriented with your guy main character and.
But I think just action oriented, just in general. Like it could be a movie, it can be, sorry, not a movie. It can be a video game or it can be an anime. I'm thinking Gundam Wing, just for the sake of it.
Is that shonen?
Well, I'm saying action. That's why I said action.
Okay, just action, not because action is like.
You can argue Gundam Wing is shonen.
I have to like look into the series of whether it says shonen or not, because shonen is just such a.
That's why I said action
it's such
generic.
A vague genre.
That's why I said action in general.
Action in general. All right.
That's why I said Gundam Wing.
Okay.
And I'm thinking of directors to do it, so I'm gonna be a second.
Alright. I think if we're gonna take just anything, actually. No, because like I think we can do stuff, but how would it translate into live action is the problem.
That's why I was thinking consider maybe some actors. Cause like half of certain roles are the actors just do acting. Right? Like parts of Transformers 4 are savable because Mark Wahlberg is the lead.
I don't have anything for this. Damn.
All right.
You think with just like action is like so varied, it can do anything, but it's like I don't really know what anime action would suit well into a live action.
Okay, I'm just gonna start throwing out ideas. So like Gundam Wing seems like it would be. I don't know. It just seems like the logical place to go for like if you want to do Gundam because it's the one that's the best known in the West.
Okay.
And B, like you get the whole like you could orient it not really at kids but like a slightly more mature like teenager audience. Like you know the angle that they're trying to push for Power Rangers.
Okay.
Like that's the idea that I have where like the Hunger Games style like kids growing up in this kind of world.
Oh, okay. Now I know.
All right,
I would actually totally be down to see a. It's not so action oriented, but it has action. I totally like want a Zenkyo no Terror or Tenor and Resonance live action of that.
I think that counts.
Okay, I think that would be suited because it totally be a like teenage to adult movie, but I think I'd aim it more to adults rather than teenagers because I think it's a much more mature show.
Yeah.
And while it may not show its like themes the best, like it doesn't like precisely show us what the underlying stuff is going like on with the characters.
Yeah.
I don't want the like I'd rather just like try to live action adapt that and show these more like mature relationships and thoughts and like experience rather than just trying to cater to like a more teenager crowd by like forced romance.
Yeah.
Because even in that show, like there was like people will probably like say, oh, there's forced romance, but I really don't think there was forced romance in the show.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. It was all like, even though like the girls in the show like seemed to like have some like affection or like close to the characters, it's like it was just like this one way thing of like they're looking at it, and then the two main other guys, I forget their names at this point, but the main
9 and 12.
Yeah, 9 and 12 are just so dissonant to their society and just different. So
well, I'm gonna say I've secretly wanted to adapt Al No Zero forever because thinking about like, because I've talked about like, I like the idea of adapting something that's not perfect.
Yeah,
and improving on it.
It doesn't need to. I don't think that like finding a perfect show is impossible to adapt to, but I think you should just go for something like, I don't know, Zero for those like mecha sci-fi kind of like a little more, I don't know, like serious, but a little more like war morals and etc. Yeah.
But like the reason why I say Al No Zero just over Gundam now I'm thinking about is, well, I'm going to talk about Gundam too, but like I thought about Al No Zero for a while because on the basis that it's not attached to the Gundam name, basically.
Yep.
Because Gundam does have a treasured legacy for all its faults.
Yeah.
But like, I think people are a lot more skeptical when like handling Gundam, whereas Al No Zero, there's a sense of like people, it made it big for a bit, but it's gonna disappear eventually.
Yeah. I think it's one of those shows that only a certain group will remember, but like it had its impact and it just didn't stay. But it was like, it's like one of those things we wanted. Just toss original ideas out there.
Yep.
It's a spin on the mecha genre.
That's basically what it was.
What would you like aim it for though?
I would aim it for like, I guess, the young adult audience, like, because let's be real, this is where all the money is at the moment.
Yeah.
So, and I think Slane's character, like, even though I make fun of Slane, I think Slane is a decent character at certain points. The only parts where he is like bad is when he's like contradictory, and like you can self-justify it with he's insane, but no, he seems like he's very in control during this part, so it's like kind of hard.
He's like, he knows what he's doing, but at the same time, it's like, what annoying. I
think it's just the writers didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Don't know what the fuck they're doing. But I totally get it, because I think that's what I was trying to go with, like, Terran Razan. It's like, I'm trying to get as close to real life as possible so that the anime doesn't have too many anime tropes in it.
Right.
Just because anime tropes don't take well to live action. It's just not comprehensible to the audience unless you're like in it already. But even that, it doesn't translate well to live action. Just like finding a show that takes the least of it.
Yeah.
But it's like still like anime. Just like adapt into like the live action will be easier. The less of these tropes and niche cliches.
Yeah.
I'd say you'd have.
I'm just thinking about it because now my head's just going.
Yeah.
Death Parade?
It would,
because I think
it's totally there, but I don't see it as a movie.
You don't see it as a movie?
No,
right.
I think it'd be like a live action show. Yeah,
Netflix series.
yeah, definitely. Like, I don't think it would. If it was a movie, it doesn't have the, concise plot that it needs to be a movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Where it's kind of like Monster of the Week. It's People of the Week.
Yeah.
And I don't see it well.
I don't know why in my head I just see it being Woody Harrelson as Dekim.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, Woody Harrelson seems like the kind of guy that could do, like, physically they look kind of similar. And I know, like, Woody Harrelson's like a comedian kind of character, but I think it would be interesting to see him play, like, a serious role.
Deadpan.
Let me think. I'm gonna bounce off all my ideas because now I'm firing on all cylinders. For Gundam Wing, I would say, what's his name? Do you remember that show Super Ninjas?
No.
It was like this Nickelodeon show or whatever. But they had like this Asian American lead. I'd want him to be hero. Hiroyui
All right.
from Gundam Wing. And I feel like Duo Maxwell could be Liam Hemsworth because like just seeing Independence Day like makes me think that, but I don't know, like maybe this is like weird, but I feel like Liam Hemsworth is too Australian for Duo Maxwell. So it'd be probably more interesting if you got all originals.
Everyone has to die if you put Liam Hemsworth in your film.
It'd be more interesting if you got an all original cast for like a Gundam Wing adaptation.
Yeah.
But what's the word? I know Megan Fox has said like she would want to do a live action Gundam Wing. I would keep her to a side role. Let's be real.
I wouldn't put her as that poster girl.
Yeah, like Megan Fox is, no offense, but she's been getting too old and she can't act.
Yeah.
So, like, I would want mostly originals, like new actors for Gundam Wing because I think it makes sense in my head.
Okay. I think honestly, for any adaptation of an anime, I just have original actors. Period. Just because I don't want this clashing of, oh, that actor's we know from North America. He's in this film, and I just be like, I'm like kind of aiming to like bring this live action of like of a series of like a foreign series. I think like just because it's foreign, I wouldn't want any like
noticeable names
to associate with it because for the idea of like originality, just bring new people, and because most actors like now it's not so much for their acting like abilities rather than just their names.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like, as I said before, Megan Fox isn't a particularly great actor. I mean, she's okay, but where can we get discount actors?
I was just gonna like go into the Star Wars contracts, find where all they got all the original actors, and like I'll just bring them
out. Daisy Ridley, actually, I think maybe she could play like the lead in Gundam Wing. I don't know. Yep. Seems like that would be a good place to put her in my head.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You could adapt Gundam Original. Amuro and Char. Just cast those two.
Yeah.
I feel like those two though, I would want like the best up and coming young actors to like play those two.
Amuro, you totally need the best young actor you could get.
Like
because he's totally like a teen in that.
Yeah.
He's a young adult in that.
And like Char, I would want, I don't know. Who the fuck could play Char? Who can match Char's charisma?
I don't know. I don't think we have we lack the
we lack the know-how to do that.
Yeah.
Fuck, like Char. I just want to see Char like on
screen.
Like yeah, that's so cool. And like what's his name? In Wing they've got Zex Marquise, which is basically Char. But I don't know. I don't like Zex Marquise as much as I like Char. Now that I know who Char is,
okay.
If that makes any sense.
All right.
Because Char, I feel, is like way more. He's got more of this like passion in him.
He's
where,
got
like,
moxie.
Exactly, because like Char, we've spent like so many years with, or it feels like so many years with.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you see him in like Gundam Original as like this nice guy, but he's just fighting for the wrong side.
Yeah.
Then you see him in Zeta Gundam, where he's like this tired mentor character. He's like teaching Camille the ropes. And you see him in like Char's Counterattack, where he just goes full asshole. Fuck the Earth, literally. And
fuck the Earth Federation.
Yeah. Like, if I were to adapt like OG Gundam, the problem is that there's so much to adapt. Like, where do you start? Where do you end?
Yep. Well, it is a very long series, so.
Oh God,
What else could I adapt?
If I'm going back to Gundam Wing, I don't know.
Where's my Cowboy Bebop live action?
Allegedly, it's in the works, but
that's never gonna happen.
Okay, who do you think? Okay, cast Spike Spiegel.
I don't. Okay, there's no actors that have an afro. Cowboy Bebop.
I don't think you could do that. Like, I think Spike Spiegel, you'd have to take him at
You'd have
Like,
to change him.
his physical appearance at the very
Yes,
least.
that's the thing. Like, there was no actor that looks like Spike Spiegel. I don't think there is. Like, not in this country. I'm going to South America for this.
Yeah, like maybe like let's say like a Hispanic actor like an Antonio Banderas type.
Yeah.
Like you could probably get to play Spike Spiegel.
Just someone not from here.
Someone not from here. Jet Black. With Jet Black, that's his name, right? Yeah. Who could play Jet Black? Ooh, that's a
Even
tough
harder.
I feel like Samuel L. Jackson could do Jet Black. All right, so the mic cut out for a second.
Okay.
But whatever. What was I talking about again? Samuel L. Jackson playing Jet Black. I don't know. I would just want to see that more than
Samuel
anything.
L. Jackson in anything.
Like, I feel like that's a role he was destined to play. Because Samuel L. Jackson is like, oh, I'm so done with your shit. And Jet Black's also, oh, I'm so done with your shit.
Shit, Spike.
And Faye Valentine. Who could play Faye Valentine?
I totally know there's an actor out there for it, but I feel like...
I think I would actually want Scarlett Johansson to play Faye Valentine.
Yeah.
That's...
Just get someone with sass.
Yeah, because Scarlett Johansson is sass.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why I think Makoto Kusanagi was a bit of a miscast. Like, it was okay, but, like, whatever. And Vicious. I don't want Vicious. I feel like Vicious could be, like... Because he's supposed to be Chinese, like, even though he very clearly doesn't look Chinese in the anime.
Yeah.
I feel like Vicious would be, like, someone like William Lee. Like, he's the guy who played, was it Silver Samurai in The Wolverine? But he...
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I think he was either... was he Storm Shadow? No, I'm thinking of, Byung Hun Lee, or whatever the fuck his name is. William Lee's done stuff, though. He was, Wei Shen in Sleeping Dogs. The lead?
I haven't played Sleeping Dogs.
Wei Shen, motherfucker, represent. Yeah, I think that wouldn't be a miscast if you got him as Vicious.
You know, okay, I was thinking of, like, we're talking about action, but just like, you know, how you said, like, it would totally have to be a slice of life. I'm just like, damn, there's so many slice of life we can totally adapt into movies, but it's just, the audience and movie, like, base right now is so on a slice of life, emotions and relationships whatsoever. Like, they're not doing it unless it has some romance in the action series.
Well, I think
we're all action now. I'm like, oh man, there'd be so many good adaptations of like something.
Like rom-coms and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we could just we got the Fault in Our Stars. We could get Your Lie in April and just put it over here.
Oh god. Oh, I feel bad thinking of Your Lie in April. Because that's... The wound is still fresh, Colin.
Let me add some little salt in there.
In terms of directors, I feel like the DeRusso brothers, they're the guys who did Captain America Civil War, Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I feel like they could do Gundam Wing because they can handle an ensemble cast.
Ensemble casting! That's a forgotten thing.
Dude, like, I feel like the last real ensemble cast movie was the event, like Captain America Civil War, but before that I just think of the Expendables.
Yeah.
Because like that feels like a legit ensemble cast where everyone gets their own spotlight. Even in Captain America, like it does focus a lot on Winter Soldier, Captain, and Iron Man, so it's not really an ensemble cast. If that makes any sense.
Okay. Sorry, I was thinking the shot type, but it's okay.
I don't know. I feel like they can handle an ensemble cast for like if they wanted to do Gundam Wing, because Gundam Wing you need to focus on these 5 main characters who are all a bunch of assholes in their own right.
Yeah, I think we can adapt too many characters into movies because I think movies we need just like the 2 main characters and then some other people. I don't think it's been hard to ensemble.
Yeah, because fucking Gundam Wing's like 50 episodes long.
It'd be hard to include all the characters.
I feel like you could do Cowboy Bebop as 2 movies.
Yeah.
So like, you could do the first movie like being like all the goofy no, kind of like some of the goofy shit, and then at like towards the middle, like second act kind of area, you can get into like Vicious and like the Triads, and then the second movie can be all about that with like I forget what their names are, but the two brothers, whatever, like the guys who are trying to take back the clan from Vicious.
Dude, I don't even.
Okay, and then you could get like, of course, Spike Spiegel's girlfriend in there, and
Hey.
yeah.
Remember that blonde chick that you see for a couple moments and then dies? Jump.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I feel so bad casting someone for that. It's like they have a couple lines and now die. Okay.
Can you imagine like a John Woo style Cowboy Bebop movie? Because I think that's who I would want to direct it, like more than anyone else. Because like John Woo is all about like gun fu action, like that style of like fists, but also guns, but also knives and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're talking too long. Second question. So, fight games.
Okay.
Give any franchise whatsoever a fighting game.
Kill la Kill is like I remember there was the Pixels fighting games. I'm like Kill la Kill's there.
Kill la Kill is definitely one that I would personally want, mainly because
it's so ready for a fighting game.
It is so right. Like Arc System Works doing Kill la Kill would be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just sifting through through franchises in my head. Like, okay. Sorry, now I'm still stuck on Kill la Kill, but Ryuko, like, you get Ryuko, you get Kiryu and Satsuki, you get
Mako, you get
Mako in her JoJo uniform.
No, that'd have to be like it'd be like either her like V trigger or just like any like alternate kind of mode.
Okay, yeah.
She'd be having regular, and then that would be her like final assault form.
Yeah. But then what would Mako just play like? I feel like she'd play like Kirino. Like she's just throwing shit out. Like
she would. I feel like she'd be. Yeah, she'd be playing like Kirino or any kind of like.
Sorry, Kirino and Dengeki Bunko fighting climax.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows what we're thinking of talking about.
Kirino from Dengeki Bunko fighting climax would totally fit.
You get the Elite Four.
No. I remember. She'd play as. What's her name? The basketball girl, the little.
Shit. Oh fuck, I don't remember.
From
Tomo or something.
Tomo or something. I feel like she'd play like that. She wouldn't need setups, but just her fighting just like a ball out of nowhere would be great.
You get the Elite Four in there. You get Nui. Do you want Regyo in there? Because I feel like Regyo would be like...
Regyo would totally be there, but she'd be like...
Final boss
character.
Oh, man.
Nui would be in there. You'd have the Elite Four.
Can we get Takarada as DLC? Where his whole gimmick is that he puts money down, like, and money is basically all of his setups, and basically, if you step on it, like, guys will, like, come in and, like, attack. Like... Like, he's just a gimmick character.
So, like, because...
Quarter circle forward, a guy comes forward with the money machine gun.
He'd basically be, like, an assist calling character. Or he'd play, like, No.
The heavy object guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to... Oh, his name is so weird. I tell like he totally plays the heavy object guy, just calling all the characters.
Yeah.
Quenther, there we go. If he totally be as like Quenther with his fucking bro. That's the other dude.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah, he totally played like that. I think that's. You know what? Like I actually love that kind of thing of like setups of like them calling in.
Yeah.
People. It's cool.
But
I told Satsuki and.
I feel like we've named every major character. Like, the only other character I would want in is the boxing guy from episode 1.
Sorry?
The only other guy I'd really want in is, like, the boxing guy from episode 1.
Nah.
Because I feel like we don't have that archetype in that, like, set. With the exception of like Mako in her like fighting club uniform.
What else could we have? Trying to think. You know what? You know what this is all leading up to? Just a Space Patrol Luluco fighting game. Just everyone.
Yeah. Oh, did you watch any Space Patrol Luluco?
I'm on episode 8.
Okay.
But, like I watched all the episodes before.
Alright, okay.
That show's great.
What else is there? Whatever. In terms of other fighting games we could do,
Yeah.
I feel like a different franchise. I feel like James Bond, the fighting game, would be interesting. Like,
We already had 007 Gold. Or
64.
64.
Maybe it's just because I played that recently.
Yeah. I think it'd be just an FPS. It doesn't.
It works
fit
better as an
like-
FPS.
As an FPS, yeah.
But I like the idea of weird fighting games. Just like things that you wouldn't expect to work well as fighting games. Like,
Well, you'd have to like show how it would work well. I just don't think it works well.
yeah, fair enough. Like, the idea of a Star Wars fighting game is cool, but
I don't think it works.
well, we've seen it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work multiple times. Trying to think.
No, but like, unexpected fighting game is the Gundam Wing fighting game, which is really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but no, you don't expect like a 2D Gundam Wing fighting game.
Or is there a Shingeki no Kyojin fighting game? We already have.
Okay, I would hate that because every character would play the same.
Yeah, dude, I want that just for that. Every character plays the same.
Like,
Great.
the most variation you would get is like Levi and Mikasa.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? A Guilty Crown fighting game. Just like, I think what we'd have to do is just like, instead of him having all their weapons, they would each have just that weapon instead.
Okay, you clearly haven't finished Guilty Crown.
Oh, the young potentially.
Things happening at the ending of Guilty Crown. But I wouldn't like that, honestly. I would hate that.
Mahoko Coco no Red to Say fighting game.
I think that exists, actually. Like,
I know there's a game, I don't think it's a fighting game. I think, like, we've seen he's in Dengeki Bunko, so we've seen, like, what they can do. And
I like how we just say he's in, because he's the center of the show.
Fuck Tatsuya. Fuck Tatsuya Shiba. But, like, we see Tetsuya and Dengeki Bunko. But, like, the CAD types they have is very varied. Like, you have your melee to your range to your magic.
Yeah.
So I think it could work.
Can we get a Code Geass fighting game and the Lancelot just plays like Ryu? Where he can actually do the Tatsumaki spin kick.
Yeah, spin kick.
And then like Kurosaka forward would like be him like
Yeah.
would like be him thrusting forward with the sword. Kurosaka Shoryuken would be him going up. And then just the spin kick. Or I don't know.
What else can we bring to fighting games?
Could you do Akame ga Kill, the fighting game? Because I haven't finished Akame ga Kill.
Do I want to spoil this or like?
Just very like talk very peripherally.
Well, bad things happen to the characters, so like.
Okay, so you can't do an Akame ga Kill fighting game. All the characters are dead.
Yeah, all the characters are dead. You're like, oh man. It just like everyone might exist in a fighting game.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what would work? Roku no Yusha. No, Roku no Yusha would not work as a fighting game. I'm already thinking already. It's like, yeah, they have different types, but it totally wouldn't work.
I feel like
that game.
I feel like it would be interesting to see as a fighting game just because the main character is a gimmick character. And
yeah, I love the main character's gimmicks in it. It's just like he's like it's one of the few characters that he's not strong with the sword, but instead he's got like tricks up his sleeve and shit. I love his giant box of just stuff in it. That's so good.
Can we get a No More Heroes fighting game? Where it's
Yeah.
I feel like No More Heroes fighting game starring Travis Touchdown, and then you give a whole new set of like assassins to go up against, like in the original No More Heroes.
Yeah.
I think that could be interesting. What else is there that we could push? 7 Deadly Sins, the fighting game.
No, I was just looking at that. I mean, we have a game for it.
Do we?
Yep.
Is there a 7 Deadly Sins game? Is it any good?
I don't think so. Not from what I remember.
PS4 Vita, I'm not even sure. I'm not even familiar with the idea of a 7 Deadly Sins fighting game. Or video game.
It was a while ago.
Whatever.
It was some linear shit.
We're going on too long, I can tell. Alright, so let's wrap up. In conclusion, what do we want? Kill a Kill. The end.
Kill the Yeah.
As a fighting game. What do we want from a movie?
I wanted Zankyo, but I don't really care. It'd just be a serious film.
Cowboy Bebop, directed by John Woo, starring some Hispanic guy and Samuel L. Jackson. Gundam Wing with the Russo... what are their names? The Russo brothers? The Russo brothers. Starring a cast of originals.
Go originals. We need new talent. Please, we need new talent.
We can't get Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. and everything. Alright, so, I guess this is Aaron signing off. What did I say? Signing off? Signing off.
You got your catchphrase, right?
I forgot my catchphrase. Signing off.
And this is Colin logging out.
And we'll see you next time.